Hello, good people of YouTube. I'm back here with what's going to be my final thoughts on Roma. Did my first video on this ship 3 weeks ago when it came out, and I've tried really hard to get it to work. I've tried being more aggressive with it. I've tried different builds on it, but it just still you can't get over that dispersion. Especially in a Tier 8 ship. I'm surprised that Wargaming saw this and was like, oh yeah, that's fine. Especially on a premium ship that costs $60, $70. But anyway, I'm in a Tier 10 battle here. And this is again where one of Roma's big weaknesses come out, which is its main range. The range of its main batteries. It's only 18 kilometers. See a broadside Conqueror there. I shot at it. Only got like 6,000-7,000. In Richelieu, which has the same, well, that shell's actually a little bit slow. I think it's 830 meters per second, whereas Roma it's 850, but still has the same fast shells. But since its dispersion's better, it I would have got like 13k in Richelieu there. Bismarck, North Carolina, God knows what we got there, 15, 17k. Broadside Bismarck there. Well, not really broadside. He is kind of angled. Do take a torpedo there. Look at the damage that one torpedo did. Sheesh. And a bunch of overpins on the Bismarck. But yeah, Roma. It's hard to explain. The ship itself, the hull, the maneuverability, the secondaries, the AA, that is all fine. That is all wonderful, and I feel fine with the secondaries. I feel fine with the AA. I feel fine with the hull, and I feel fine with the maneuverability of the ship. The main battery, though, it's just so... Actually got some good pins there. It's just so inconsistent. Like, the French battleships, from what I've seen so far playing Richelieu, it has a pretty funky dispersion, don't get me wrong, but it's consistent. I can work with it. I can adapt to it. The Roma, however, you'll get nice, really nice clusters one moment, and then the next, it's just like... Is this... Are the cannons just shotguns or something? It's so... weird. And I mean, like, the really nice dispersions, they happen pretty rarely. But anyway, I've pushed into B here because the only way I can really get Roma to work is to be hyper aggressive with it, like Chihuahua aggressive. And you go in knowing that you probably aren't going to get out of whatever situation you throw yourself into. Let's take a wide berth around that island because didn't want to get torpedoed. Roma does have a very bad torpedo protection. It's only 27%, which is 1% higher than our first broadside Conqueror. Let it rip with the front two turrets. Look at that dispersion. Get one pin out of 6 shells. Was it an American ship? We probably would have did a lot more damage. Wasn't it even in a German ship? I probably would have done so much more damage than that. There's some torpedoes there. See, the ship is nice and maneuverable to make up for the lack of torpedo protection. Broadside North Carolina. Let's see what happens. An overpin. Go figure. And there's the Fletcher. Now, when I was in game with this, I'm like, well, do I go for the Fletcher? Do I keep doing damage at the battleships in the back? And again here, look at this. Nice and maneuverable. That's why I don't mind the lack of torpedo protection on this ship. Because you can literally just be like, nope! And turn right into them. Take a pot shot of the Fletcher there. There goes one of my turrets. That's another thing in this ship. You see in the next clip especially, you lose turrets in this ship a lot. And I have preventative maintenance. Yeah, there it goes again. Both turrets knocked out. And now I'm just like, well, what am I supposed to do here? Thankfully, the turret rotation is really, really fast. So that third turret's coming along quite nicely. Look at that thing go. Now, I don't get if, like, Wargaming thought that because the turrets are so fast, the guns need to be so inaccurate. Like, okay, that would have made sense, but there's a difference between balancing it by making them inaccurate and making the ship useless. Do take a torpedo there. Get to use my damage control and get the turrets back online. Yeah, there's a difference between balancing the ship and making it useless. Like, if you wanted to... Look at that disperse. Look at that! That was nowhere near the Conqueror. If you want to make it balanced, you should have given it, like, German dispersion. That would have been fine. This is worse. This makes the Germans look like snipers. And it's weird because, you know, of course the Kurfürst gets the same treatment with the shorter range, but it's got a ton of guns to make up for that. I think I almost get away with this, but but it hits the torpedo belt and no flooding. Like, the Kurfürst gets the same treatment with the range, but it has 12 guns to make up for that, and those guns actually hit what you're aiming at. So here I'm using the Fletcher's smoke against his team. His ships are angled, so I'm not even going to try to hit him. Now there's the Fletcher again. Here I was pointing toward the Fletcher because I knew he probably had torpedoes already reloaded. That should do a fair amount of damage to him there. First time I've seen that happen in Roma. And I emerged from the smoke to find a few ships waiting for me. To go Fletcher and another cruiser. Yeah, ironically though, North Carolina gets me there, not the torpedoes. But thankfully the team that I was with did win. They were an actual competent team. Anyway, new battle. This is a Tier 9 battle instead of a Tier 10 battle. I'm just cruising along. I'm going to hook up with the... is it an Iowa? Is that a Missouri? Yeah, one of those ships. I think it's the Iowa. I'm trying to link up with the Iowa because I see planes coming this way. Now, the Roma's AA is alright. You can handle Tier 6 carriers fine, but, you know, anything above that you're going to need to group up with your team. They only have a base range of 4 kilometers. It's Missouri. Yeah. Yeah, that hit her 8 torpedo and took no damage from it. That was weird. Missouri gets torpedo. There's their Roma. I'm trying to decide what to do about him, but then I realize the mountains in the way. And those fighters hang around for a long time before they start losing planes. But then all of a sudden they all go down in a second. Alright, there's the Amagi, I believe. Nice broadside. See, now I'm just hanging close to this island. I'm going to peek around the corner. There's some torpedoes. No threat to me. Because their Missouri's coming kind of broadside. I'm like, well, I'm just going to wait around here for him. Yeah, look at that. For him to turn the corner, I'm going to get him then.
I need intelligence data.
Launch the fighter to try and get some spotting going since there's no destroyer over here. Look at that. Look at that broadside. That's what dreams are made of right there. But not Roma dreams. 7K off a broadside. Missouri, look at that. That I would have deleted him if I was in an American Tier 8, or if I was in Alabama, he'd be dead. Even in the Bismarck, I probably would have taken off at least half his health. Look, another broadside one. Just waiting for the guns to reload at this point. Further away at around 13 kilometers. Look at that dispersion. It's like a diagonal. And I do get one citadel at least. Which is weird, I got citadel at 13 kilometers, but not at 8 kilometers. So they've taken notice of me and I'm backing up. And I'm just he's turning, so I'm just waiting for him to turn and get him again. Take the shot at that one. There's another 8K. Not bad, but, like, come on. Roma ate that pretty well. The Roma is a tough ship. I have to give that to it. It is really tough. Its turrets, however, not so much. Like, I don't lose as much turrets in Atlanta when I play Atlanta. Alright, another broadside. Missouri, Iowa, whatever. Nope. The 3K? Oh, it's negligible damage anyway. Some planes get snapped. I think there is an Atlanta there, who is also the target of the planes. Yeah, he's not escaping that. And there goes my AA protection. Thankfully there were friendly fighters around. Another broadside. That's actually the Roma. As I fire the main battery, the other battery goes out. Turret number 2 goes out. So I'm like, alright, fine, screw it. I'm just going to charge forward, take a right, get away from all this. Yep, another broadside battleship. Get some bombs dropped on me, just holding the damage control in case I get torpedoed. Broadside to Magi. From point blank range in battleship terms. No Citadel. No major damage. Now he's angled for this shot. And I get Citadeled by their Roma. Use damage control to put out the fires, but I mean... I might get away, because it is a maneuverable and fast ship. Might not.
Problem solved, sir.
Get some on fire. I'm probably not going to survive this fire.
The ship is on fire.
And then I get killed by Missouri. Go figure. So yeah, Roma. I don't know what they were thinking with this ship. And I just quit after that. I'm like, I had enough of this. It's so... What's what I'm looking for? Unreliable. It's completely unreliable. It's in my opinion, it's unacceptable for a premium to be like this. A ship you have to dish out $60-70 for. If you're going to make the main turrets completely inaccurate, at least give it, awesome secondaries like the Germans to make up for it. Like, I get that the turrets traverse fast and the reload's pretty quick, but it doesn't matter because you're not going to be able to hit anything. I mean, a broadside eye of 8 kilometers in a Tier 8 battleship with 15-inch guns with the penetrating power that Roma has. And it got away with it. You can't punish ships in this ship unless you're literally within 4-5 kilometers, and even at that range you're going to overpin all cruisers. You overpin cruisers from 10 kilometers away. It's ridiculous. You can't kill cruisers, well, I mean, you can kill them, but you know what I mean. You can't punish cruisers like you can in other battleships in this ship. And even against other battleships, you're either going to miss, get dinky 5k, 7k rolls. Every now and then you get a good like 13k roll, but and the other half of the time you're going to miss them, and you might get a Citadel, maybe. It's in any other battleship against that broadside Missouri. In either the Tier 8 up battleship, I would have either taken away half of his health or just deleted him outright. Same with the broadside Bismarck and the Conqueror in North Carolina in the first match. Maybe not Conqueror because he has got the Lol Hill and, all the other stuff he's got going for him. But yeah, just avoid the Roma. Don't buy the Roma. Don't make the mistake I did. Save your money, buy a Tirpitz, buy an Alabama, even buy a Hood. Just not the Roma. Just don't get the Roma. Unless you're just completely in love with the history of the ship or something, but I can't recommend it. I won't recommend it until they fix it. In my opinion, they need to tone that dispersion down. Like, just tone it down to German levels, and then it'll be a great ship. But where it is now, it's horrible. Don't do it. Don't do it. So yeah, that's my final thoughts on the Roma. Just don't. Alright, if you liked the video, leave a like, and consider subscribing. It would help me out a bunch. And I'll see you on the next one.